What's up, guys? It's Sakura Humi here with another video. Yeah, I'm not at home right now. As you can clearly see, I'm back at my old elementary school. I'm actually in the front this time, literally at the front door. I'm talking lowly a little bit because there's still people around. I still want to make this video, so I'm just like, I don't care if there's other people around. This video is kind of important too. So you guys know how crappy my life has been recently. It's only been getting worse. I've been highly stressed out, and I don't feel safe at home. I really don't. And that's why most of the times when I come to sit and talk, I usually come here because I feel safer here. And plus, if I did talk about certain stuff like this at home, it doesn't stop the person who I'm talking about from like hearing this and literally trying to shut me down, literally. So I just decided to come here instead, so no one can really like bother me, essentially. Like, there would be people around like watching me talk to my camera, but you know, yeah, they could probably tell if they see like the back to them that I'm recording, so they probably don't know why I'm recording. But you know, anyway, so me and my mom kind of went to my aunt's house earlier today. I'm kind of thankful for her because we finally brought my bathing suit top, the one that I recently got, because she fixed it. She fitted it for me because it was kind of a little bit big, as you guys can tell from the post that I had when we literally bought it that day when I was going over to my aunt's house to go swimming. My other aunt, not the one that we went to, because we just got back from there after like getting food and all that. So I'm really grateful that she fixed my bathing suit top, because that meant a lot to me. And also now I don't have to worry about if I ever go swimming again. I don't have to worry about it poofing off either, because oh gosh, that was horrible. But yeah, so when we were coming home, I just started crying, bawling my eyes out, because I did not want to go home, because I know that he was gonna be home, and because we left when he was coming home, and I wanted to leave way before that. And I keep telling my mom that if I ever want to go out somewhere during like the weekdays, I want to leave before he gets home. I don't want to leave when he's home, or like if he goes out to go buy something and I want to go somewhere, I leave before he's home, or he's just gonna ask us questions before we leave, and technically we never ask him anything before he leaves. He usually just leaves. Like, why do we have to tell him where we're going and what he needs to know everything? That doesn't make sense, because it's not like we're gonna be doing anything wrong while we're out. We're only going to have like stress-free and girls day out. Like, it's just highly stressful. And my mom was just like, oh, you want to go to grandma's house tonight? You want to go to grandma's house tonight instead of going home? And I was just like, we already bought food, and I would feel uncomfortable if we went to my grandmother's house, because we can't really like cook that much at home because he complains, and he just chills out in the kitchen blasting like music and all that. Oh, stupid mosquito. And I was crying so much. My mom felt so bad. She constantly kept asking me, what did he do to you recently? What did he do to you recently? It's not just what he's doing to me now, it's also what he's done to me in the past. I know you have to move on from stuff from the past and shit, but it's kind of hard when everything just keeps repeating constantly. And also, he's gotten physical, never with me, but he has gone physical with my mother on some accounts, and I have a feeling that he's going to start doing that again, because he's doing some really bad shit that he shouldn't be doing. Even though I'm not a minor anymore, he still shouldn't be doing that. You know, doesn't matter if he calls the medication or not. Like, and plus it's not really that's making him be a shithead. It's also the alcohol. Like, I don't have a problem with people who drink alcohol. It's just how you turn. I have the problem with the person that you turn into, technically. And I've been really stressed out because people keep trying to FaceTime me and everything, and I just feel like only texting. I don't feel like showing my face that much, and if I do, it's through content that I want to make for you guys. It's not because I don't, well, technically I don't want to, because I'm stressed out, and that's only going to stress me out more, kind of, because like most of the time when my dad is home, he'll just walk and just stand there and stare at me as I'm talking on the phone, even if it's with my sister, even if it's with Alex, or even if it's just a friend. And then when we're trying to have like a private conversation, like I know I'm loud, but he doesn't need to make comments in the kitchen. Like he's literally down the hallway from me because my house is small, and I'm in the living room just chilling out, and I don't want to be forced to be pushed into my room every time because I don't like being in my room all the time, because I get depressed even worse when I'm stuck in my room because I have a small room. It's not like I have a big room that I have room to do stuff in. I mean, even if I did redesign my room, it's still going to be small. It doesn't really change much. Plus, it doesn't really matter anyway because me and my mom are planning to move, but I don't even know when that's going to be, and it just feels like shit is just getting worse. And then, like, some of my people that I know are complaining because I've been posting more than talking with them, but I've also explained my situation multiple times, and technically content creating is my job, and I want to focus on that because sometimes it helps me de-stress, and it's something that distracts me from how shitty everything around me is, technically. And that's why I come here, so I can have a breather at times, even though my mom doesn't really like me coming here, but it's the only place where I feel safe and fine. And recently I haven't been really listening with my earbuds when I walk. I only had one in this time because I just mainly need music because I've been feeling really crappy, especially today. I don't know why I'm just overly emotional today over every other day. And they think that I'm choosing social media over them, but it's technically what I chose as a job. I think of this as a job. I take this seriously, and if I'm busy, I am busy. And I never complain when my friends are busy, but they complain when I'm busy. And they also kind of know what I'm going through at this point, and all they're doing is stressing me out even worse. Don't get me wrong, like, they're not bad friends. It's just making me feel even worse as a person right now, because I'm trying to focus on this, and I really want my life to be normal, but it's not. And a lot of people want to switch their life to mine, and I'm just like, why would you want my life when my life is literally crap, and you guys don't see everything? And I want to be honest with you all. I don't want to hide anything from you guys, because I feel like that's also kind of my job too. And another reason why I didn't want to go to my grandma's house is that I don't trust him with the animals when I'm gone. Like, he's been being really weird and going downstairs a lot for no reason. I know that he hasn't been touching anything down there or messing anything up down there, but I just don't trust him because he's been violent towards animals, mostly my cat, Licorice. And every time I leave the house, either to go on a walk to just reflect and breathe, to take a break for being in that house, because of all the negative energy I have to feel constantly, and it just makes me feel worse. So I come here, and she hides for hours on end. Even when I come back, she doesn't come back until like late at night when he's asleep. And she just comes up and she cuddles with me, and it breaks my heart because I've seen him go out and kick her and hold her by the neck. Also, my sister brought up that he was holding her by the neck once when she tried to be nice to him and hand the cat over for him to pet her, you know, to be nice, and he grabs her by the neck and then he just starts fucking laughing. That's not funny. That's animal abuse. And he's also been abusive to me and my mom, but he's been mostly manipulative, the verbally abusive, not like physically, but he pushed my mom up against the wall. When me and my sister were minors, we were kids, and we had to go and see that because he is literally a horrible person. And a lot of people don't see that because he's a manipulator, and it's not healthy to live like that ever. And I've been feeling kind of sick lately due to the amount of stress. I've already thrown up because I felt more safe at home when Alex and my sister were home, and they're not around anymore. They're alive. Don't think that they're dead. They're not. They're somewhere else because they couldn't take what was happening. And I can't either. And I just want you guys to know that even though my life sucks, I will still work hard to get content for you. Because this is my dream, and he makes fun of this constantly, that I'm doing this for you guys. And he makes everyone around him feel like shit. He meets people, but he also comments and talks shit about them once they're either turn their backs or they just leave. Like when we were going to the waterfalls, there was a guy being nice to him. He didn't do anything wrong to him. He never did anything to him. And yet, when he was being nice, trying to help him out with like directions to there, but then they ended up following us because they didn't know where to go really. He turned around and he just made fun of what the guy looked like. And he has a similar body type to him, even though he doesn't really take care of himself. So, technically, I don't even know. I just feel like constant shit. Even though I look fine in posts, I look happy and everything, but I'm not actually. And I'm thankful for someone who I have on Snapchat who I know, but we're not really like friends. She saw the stories that I've been posting, and she felt the need to come talk to me and tell me that if I need to talk, I can talk with her, even though we're not close. That makes me feel happy that someone cares enough to check up on me. And she's not the only person either. There's other people who have done that. But I'm just saying, like, recently, she did that, and that made me feel really great. She goes to the same high school as I do. And yeah, that made me feel really good inside. That made my day. It's just that I really can't take this anymore. And I feel like I'm literally trapped in my own house. I'm a prisoner in my own house. Because my mom constantly says that I should be nice to him, and I really do not want to be. I do not try to talk to him. I took him off of my Facebook. I just don't want anything to do with him anymore. And my mom keeps trying to fix it, but it's no use. He tries to be nice to us, but only because he feels like we're threatened and we're going to leave him, and of course we are, and I want to. You don't know how badly I want to leave that. And all I want to do is create content and feel like I'm normal. It just sucks. It just sucks. Because I told my mom that I was going on a walk so I could feel better. But it kind of doesn't make me feel better because I know I have to go back home. And I have to do that. And it's kind of getting dark. So I kind of have to go before it gets dark. But I don't want to go. I don't want to go home. And I don't want to leave the animals behind either. That's the one thing I don't want. Even if it's just for a night, I do not trust that asshole. I do not trust him at all, especially with animals, because of what he's done to Licorice and to what he has done to our dog when our dog was around too, Jade. He probably wasn't that drastic like he was towards Licorice, but he still kind of was iffy towards her. And yet Jade still loved him even though he's a horrible person. And he puts people through shit constantly. And he doesn't care. He really doesn't care. He only cares about himself. He only cares about his career. and he thinks that people are constantly out to get him. He's losing his mind. It's like he's getting like dementia or something, and he's getting more and more dangerous as time passes on. Even though he hasn't been really aggressive with us, but I have a feeling that he will pretty soon if we do not leave. And even towards me, because there's times where I get him really angry, and I know that even though, like, it would be on like the basic tiniest thing he would get mad at, throw a fit, starts throwing shit, even though he hasn't thrown anything at me, but he has done in the past to my sister, and my sister had to literally fear for her life because he threw a shoe at her, and not like those like newer sneakers today that are kind of like plushy or anything. Like, he threw on a full-on like work boot at her, and that's hard as heck. So if that, he's just lucky that missed her and hit the door of our room, because we shared a room at one point. And he also threw a ginormous book at her. Like, I don't, like, it's kind of like a textbook kind of, or like a phone book or whatever. I don't really remember too much because it's been like years since that happened. But he threw that at her, trying to hit her. Again, she missed it because she ran right into her room and closed the door at the right time. And there was times where he almost beat the heck out of my mother. But my mother is strong, so she was able to fight him off. And plus, he's shorter than my mom. And he has a club foot, so she technically had an advantage over him because he's kind of crippled. Like, I don't mean that as like an insult technically. That's just how he is. Like, his foot, his right foot is smaller than his left, due to a birth defect when he was born. But he didn't have the best childhood either, but that doesn't make it alright for him to treat his family like this. And he wasn't only married once. He was married before my mother and before he had me and my sister. And like, he left that marriage when the kids were really young, so they didn't have a father when they were growing up. He just up and left, and he left the responsibility to my stepmom. I don't even know what to call her technically, his ex-wife technically, with 2 kids, and she had to raise them by herself for most of the time, for most of the years. So I don't even know. He literally had 2 other children that he literally left with 2 other women, and they had to technically take care of those children by themselves. I mean, he still paid child support, but the only reason why he didn't leave me and my sister at a young age is because he did not want to pay child support if he left again, because he already had to pay it for the other children. And technically, if he did leave, me and my sister would have been terribly better off without him around. And I just feel like me and my sister didn't really deserve to go through that ever, and neither did my mom. My mom is an amazing woman. She is strong. She would be able to be fine by herself. She wouldn't need him overall because he's an asshole. But I mean, like, ugh. No. To be honest, in all honesty, I don't see him as my father. I don't even see him as related to me because of how different I am towards him. Same thing with my sister. We're stronger than he was. I mean, again, he did have a bad past, but technically me and my sister's life wasn't always great, but it also wasn't always horrible either. I mean, even though we had to go through a lot of shit, I mean, I don't even know anymore. I just want to stay away from my house as much as possible. And I've been also really stressed out because my mom hasn't taken me out by herself. And I was kind of mad that we had to go somewhere with him, and he was into my video even though I did not want him to be in it. Again, I only wanted to show you guys how my mother was being happy and seeing how she was and how much fun she was having. And it kind of reminded her of when she was on a cruise with her family years back, before she met my father, before me, before my sister, because they went to a waterfall when they were on a cruise and they did a whole singing thing and stuff, and I was just like, why don't we recreate it? But I wasn't going to do that because my father was there. So I did what I could for you guys. And yeah, I'll do whatever it takes to explore content, or content in general, for you guys, even if I have to get it to him at the point, because I could have stayed home that day. I could have been like, F that, and just stayed home. But I didn't, because I wanted to do something for you guys. I would have done even more stuff with you guys. But, sorry. I had to answer my friend before she just started to do group FaceTime, before you guys had to hear that. Yeah, I had to say no before they called me. Because they're busy with this, obviously. I just want you guys to understand that I'm also going through a tough time too. And if I don't post as much, it's because I've been feeling very depressed. And today I just felt overly emotional. I was just like bawling my eyes out, like I am right now technically. But I'm not crying at the moment, but I was. I was crying earlier, as I said before, because I did not want to go home, and I kind of still don't want to go home, so I'm here passing the time talking to you guys, explaining everything technically. And plus, there's a big thing on why my sister and Alex left, was because he got physical, and he almost attacked my sister. He technically shoved them both, got physical with them, and they still worry for my safety, even though that they're not here. They're visiting people, and they're with his family, but they still check in, and they're worried when my mom goes to work that something might happen to me because of how weird he has been. Like, he would just randomly just get like aggressive out of nowhere, like angry out of nowhere, and then just cause a fit and throw stuff or kick something, and just like, because he could direct it at me at one of these times. And I don't really do much. I just sit around and just do stuff on my computer or post stuff for you guys. Because I gotta do that, or I'm taking care of the animals. Again, sometimes he follows me downstairs for no reason. That's why I choose to walk here and do sit and talk videos if I have to update you guys on how shitty, or if I feel like horribly, because it kind of helps me vent, but it also helps me to feel better. I mean, it's not that I don't want to talk to people who I know, even though people who I know kind of watch these, but it's just, I want to inform you all that even if I do look happy or anything, it's not something that is, it's just temporary happiness technically for me right now. It's not permanent, and it's like temporary bliss. And LOL, that's a song, and I actually really like that song because right now I kind of relate to that. But yeah, I've been feeling like crap a lot, and it's kind of stressing me out a lot right now because it's messing with my physical health and my mental health, because I lost a lot of weight, and I don't feel like eating, and if I do eat, I either like throw up or I feel really sick afterward because of how stressed out I've been and everything. So, I mean, I kind of still exercise, but I don't exercise as much as I like because I don't feel like happy enough to exercise either. And I know that's kind of like a stress reliever, and it is, but it's just the space that I have to do it in is what is stressing me out. Because, like, in the living room, I can't really shut, there's a doorway that had, like, hinges on it, but, like, when we moved in, when our parents moved in, there was no door there. But there's hinges, like, there was a door previously, too, to shut that door. So I don't know whatever happened to that. I don't know. But, I don't know, it's weird. My house is weird. My house is actually really old. But I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. But I am trying to beat the demons, beat my father. Not like beat him like physically, like I mean, I'm just trying to stay positive, but it's so hard to do that, especially right now. So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting me through this. Thank you guys for checking up on me when I feel like crap. And thank you. I'm only wiping with my arms because I don't have tissues. Again, thank you for everything. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. And I appreciate you guys helping me through this time. I appreciate that you guys are supporting me and encouraging me to do what I love, because this is a dream of mine, and I will continue with everything that I'm doing. And I just feel like it's important to update you guys on how I'm feeling. And yeah, I've been posting a lot of depressing stuff on my other social media, if you guys have seen that. I literally do actually feel like that, and that's why I've been putting those up. Again, I've been trying to stay positive, but it's just not working, whatever the heck I'm doing. But we'll see you guys in the next video. I have a lot to upload besides this. I plan on creating more travel content, and I'm hoping to get out more and stay away from my house, so I can feel positive and happy. Like, my mom has seen me on how happy I am whenever we go to, like, the tunnel or the, other places that we go without my father. When it's just us, I feel happy when it's just us, and we are creating content for you guys. And yes, my mom will always be a part of this. She will show up in some stuff, because I don't know, she enjoys doing it with me because it's bonding, as I said before. We bond while doing this. And also when I do Willow videos, I'm literally bonding with Willow, even though she doesn't really like being picked up. No, I'm just kidding. She enjoys it, but she's just a guinea pig, so she'll run away because she's a prey animal. Same thing with the other piggies. I'm planning on doing another video with them. I'm planning on taking them out again. So please, keep doing what you're doing. Keep checking on me. It makes my day. You guys cheer me up a lot, and I'm super grateful. And thank you. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.